The temptation of Jesus proves that he is a human being and not God. This is quite simple to see in Scripture. In James 1:13, it says that God cannot be tempted by evil. But Jesus clearly was tempted, yet he didn't succumb to that temptation. He chose to obey the will of God.
They say God cannot be tempted because, that might lead him to sin. Okay, well, now why not take it the full way? Why not say God cannot himself take upon sin? Is that not why he came, was to take upon sin, to become sin? They make this whole big argument like God cannot be tempted. Okay, why not say God cannot become sin? Is it that not so much worse? When we get the argument, can God be tempted? Can God be tested? Which Muslims like to put tested and tempted together. There's a million answers that I could give to you. I could give you where Malachi, where God says literally, test me. There's verses, I'll make it 100% clear. Jesus was tested. There are verses to prove that. Jesus was tempted. There's verses to prove that. What's weird about this argument, and I'll bring it back to the cross because that's the real answer. They make it as though no one can try to tempt God. Many times in the Bible, you can see this with Abraham, you can see this with Moses, you can see this with Jonah, and honestly, in our lives as well. Everyone tries to test him all the time. Everybody tries to bend God in the way that they want him to go. That would be a blasphemy to say that then, because they're saying God cannot be tempted. Like no one can go up to God outside in their backyard and try to tempt him. Anyone can do that. The point is that it will not work. And these arguments where they say Jesus, he's tempted, yes, but he never sinned. Everything about him responded perfectly. Is that not a picture of God? Can only God do that? Anyone can try to tempt God, but it's not going to work. Just like Satan tried to tempt God and it didn't work. And the point is, the cross is so much more offensive than the temptation of Jesus. Jesus became sin and died. Not that makes him not God. The point is that he defeated all sin and rose. And now the fullness of God dwells in him, just as our scriptures say.